It's Week 7 of the NFL, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Lions and the Ravens coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Lions at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 9 carries, 119 yards, and the score.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's number 1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes, other people have a chance to touch the football because if you're a defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw, Goff. That is caught, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Pass interference, defense.
So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. 2nd and 10. To throw is Goff. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
12 more yards there and another first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
Well, defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive to the 22-yard line. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Julian Okwara. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The defense has always talked about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Buying time to his left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time, and I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Breaks through the, shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Ravens nothing. Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Play action. It's Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Julian Okwara. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Hey, middle. You ain't.
Here's the fourth-year man, J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Jackson. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is.
Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2. That's the end of the
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33 as they've got it as we resume action. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They go play action with Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. David Montgomery and the Lions about set to begin this next series. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. That's strong running. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Goff now looking to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Meanwhile, Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
At their 48-yard line.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And just shutting him off there. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions are able to add on to their 1st half lead. Well, he was already over 100 yards running the football prior to this play, but this run may be his best yet.
I've got to agree with you on that one. We're looking at a guy running with extreme confidence, running in harmony and sync with his blockers. All of them kind of moving as one, and look at the end result. Big plays.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this 1st half. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's 1st play. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, One more good rep, and they get off the field.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On third down, here's Edwards. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 153 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And as they approach halftime, it's the Bears who are out in front. The Bears trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Mac Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. In that first half, it was David Montgomery who proved to be tough to stop. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. They came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Ravens, nothing. Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here are the Lions to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 173 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A shotgun snap for Goff. He's got it. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is...
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. David Montgomery punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Ravens nothing. Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now Jackson on second down, fighting to stay upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the fifth time here today. That's taken on the 25. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. Pretty solid on that last drive. Yardage good, 4 carries, and it all culminated with that 1-yard touchdown run.
And believe it or not, I try to further my football education all the time, so I was reading a book about offensive line play, and right out of the first chapter, the word leverage. That's what jumped up. Low man wins. Who gets off the ball faster, creates that space for the runner, and that's exactly what they did.
Especially on that 1-yard push into the end zone that finished off that last drive.
And let's see if they can continue with that leverage on this drive.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On second down, Montgomery. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A gain of 6 yards, and it's 3rd down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Goff on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Go tonight. What's that?
Now Montgomery. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Boy, 248 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
Now it's Jackson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
34-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it second down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. And they run the option on second down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Here's Jackson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Jackson. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame him for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame him one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Khalif Raymond now. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Khalif Raymond, one man to beat. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point try now for Patterson. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points.
Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Taken from just outside the 30. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Lions, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far, and they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.